welcome to tonight's recap of The Bachelor.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Yeah, they're in Vietnam. That's crazy.
Wow, I know, it is pretty crazy. Renee, she gets the first date. Can you believe it?
One-on-one. The card said, are we the right fit? Hi.
We find out that she thinks that
Homie, please.
he's the reason why her palms hurt. I think she needs to get that checked out
kind of
because
weird.
that's not normal.
I've heard sweaty palms, but...
Yeah. Hurting palms?
Is she getting stigmata?
I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, the date starts off with a pedicab ride.
He's driving it. And they go shopping. She gets a custom-made dress. It was kind of cool to go shopping on a first date because I like that.
Especially since he's buying.
Exactly.
So then they go and they pick things out for Camila and for Ben, her son.
Right. So she finally gets her dress. I think they made it in like a few freaking hours.
It was
crazy.
It was Project Runway Vietnam.
Make it work. All right. So then they have dinner and she was sweating like a pig.
The whole day she was just dripping.
And she was having some trouble putting some sentences together,
No,
too.
she's probably like, freaking out because of the sweat. Like, she couldn't think of anything else.
I'm sweating! All right.
Feel bad for her. That
But
sucks.
meanwhile, back at the hotel, I guess, they don't have the ranch here. They have the hotel. So, date card arrives. Can you go with the flow?
It's a one-on-one.
No, it's a group.
Sorry, it's a group.
And Andy's pissed because she's on the group and she's wanting a one-on-one.
But the one-on-one is going to Nikki.
So, back at the date, she gets the rose, Renee does, and they go out and they have this little ritual where they put these candles in Chinese takeout containers.
Because it seems to me that you are a candle on a boat.
Yeah, a Chinese takeout boat. So she makes a wish to get a kiss from him.
Waste of a wish. There are so many other things to wish for.
Besides, she doesn't get one because he doesn't want to disrespect Ben by making out with his mother.
That seems
on
crazy.
TV. Well, group date time. I have nothing to say about that.
All right. Well, they're pairing off in these little boats. There's two to a boat, and guess who doesn't have a partner?
Claire.
So her partner is Juan Pablo.
Woo! Where did the crotch cam come from? Holy cow.
Well, when you're
Both
sitting
of
there
them.
with your legs up in the air,
Yeah.
you're bound to have a crotch cam shot.
Because he totally, like, bowled her over. And she, legs up in the air. Legs up. Alright, so they show up at some farmhouse.
They're like, hey, can we come in and have dinner?
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was planned, so.
I'm pretty sure, too. They pass out the hats, some baskets. You work now.
They had to pick some veggies for dinner.
Exactly. So Andy's having a hard time. He's like, hey, what's going on?
She's like, I haven't had a one-on-one yet. I don't even know you.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's okay, trust me. And she's like, okay.
We will make out, and let's do it right now. So at the cocktail party later that evening, Juan and Claire, they take off for a little bit.
To his suite.
What?
With his private pool.
That was slutty.
I'm surprised that he would do that during a group date. There are other women there. It's rude.
She's totally piggybacking him on the front. In the private pool.
In his private pool.
So Charlene, she's making out with him. She's like, I'm sorry. I want to be a panda to him in a room full of brown bears.
It's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah. And then he was making out with everyone.
Everyone. Remember last week when he was like, I'm not going to make out with anyone on this date because I have a daughter.
Yeah, well,
I guess she's not watching this episode.
That went out the window. He just cut it down to ladies with kids he's not making out with. So Claire gets the rose and everybody's like,
everyone was disgusted because she basically hijacked the date.
Well, after the date was over, she decided she's hungry for more.
Yeah. So it seemed like not that bad at first, and then it was like, oh yeah, it's like 4 a.m., but whatever.
What?
Yeah, so she sneaks off to his suite and is like, I've always wanted to go swimming in the ocean. Come with me.
In a warm ocean, Juan Pablo. So he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're not just swimming in the ocean. They are clinging to each other's private areas.
No! Alright. It got crazy. Let's leave it at that.
He said the ocean was wild and so were we.
Okay, let's talk about Nikki's one-on-one date.
Besides the fact that he was up all night. And
That was messed up!
so Nikki, their date's gonna be a hell of a good time.
Because they're going spelunking into this cave that's called, like, hell.
But she's terrified of heights.
Of course.
So she freaked out, which gave him an opportunity to pull out the kisses.
And to, like, freaking pull on her butt and, like...
And he was underneath her.
Yeah.
And that was sick.
Here, I'm gonna hold you up.
Yeah. Well, she survived. They went in the cave. There was some freaky going on down there. And it was dinner time.
Yep.
She showed up, but she forgot her bottoms.
That was a short dress.
You needed 2 hairstyles with that dress.
Alright, so the conversation was like, so you're a nurse.
Yes.
I like kids.
But she never dated anybody who had a kid before.
Yeah, but she thinks that she would be a great stepmom.
She totally thought it out in her mind.
Okay.
So she's gonna be a good stepmom. So she gets the rose. Let's make out. All right. So it's time for the official cocktail party with the entire group. And Chris Harrison comes in and drops a friggin' bomb.
Where have you been all episode, Chris? You phoning it in?
No, he had to show up to collect his check. He said 3 of you ladies are going home.
Ah!
So Juan Pablo's very upset because that's 3 less ladies to make out with next week. He loved the ladies. And especially the ones without kids.
Yeah.
Alright, the ones with kids too.
Okay, well, Juan Pablo pulled Claire aside and he was like, you know what? I don't like what happened the other night.
Camila's gonna think you're a slut. And she was like, what?
Yeah. She was like,
What do
well,
you
why didn't you
mean?
say no?
Yeah, so
then she was crying, and then all the other
Please
girls
don't
were
take
like,
back
why
the
are you
rose.
crying? And she was like, I have allergies.
It's kind of weird how he tells them all to look at him.
Yeah, I've heard him say that a lot. Like, he's a little bit controlling in that sense.
That's really weird. Well, the allergies just got worse and worse as the episode went on. And
Yeah.
everybody's like, what's wrong? And she's like, it's allergies.
So then he had to go comfort her after that.
It was like the whole cocktail party was him and Claire again.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the rose ceremony.
First rose goes to Charlene because she's special and different from everyone else.
Next up, Cassandra.
Then who cares? Then the final rose goes to Andy.
Which means leaving us tonight.
Dog lady.
Molly needs you. Go
Molly.
home.
Why did you leave her? She's been calling. All right, Allie. Oh my God, he's a good guy. I just hope he finds someone.
Danielle was like, I know that he meant it because he cried during the rose ceremony. He cried.
Yeah. Wow. This is such a sad group.
Next stop, New Zealand, Mordor.
Who's gonna get thrown into the Temple of Doom? Not
No.
to Mount Doom. I got my shows mixed up.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is too. All right.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
Till next time.
Much
love.
love.
Edit.